A hotel manager noticed that one guest kept ordering the strangest room service every night. The first night, the guest called the front desk. "Can I get a steak, mashed potatoes, and a glass of milk?" The manager thought it was unusual, but no big deal. The next night, the same guest called again. "Steak, mashed potatoes, and milk, please." The manager smiled. "Coming right up." On the third night, the guest called again. Same order. The manager finally became curious. He went upstairs and knocked on the guest's door. "Good evening, sir. Is everything okay with your stay?" The guest smiled. "Everything is perfect." "Then may I ask you something?" "Sure. Why do you order the exact same meal every night?" The guest looked embarrassed. "Well, I have a very sensitive stomach." The manager nodded. "That makes sense. So you only eat steak, potatoes, and milk?" "Yes." The manager smiled. "That's actually quite a strange diet." The guest shrugged. "It works for me." The manager thanked him and walked away. But the next morning, something strange happened. Housekeeping found the room completely destroyed. The bed was moved. The curtains were hanging off the rod. A lamp was broken, and there was food all over the floor. The manager rushed upstairs. "What happened here?" The guest looked embarrassed. "I don't know." The manager stared at him. "You don't know?" "No. I went to sleep after dinner. And when I woke up, the room looked like this." The manager called maintenance. While they were cleaning, the guest quietly asked, "Could I get my usual breakfast?" The manager stared at him. "Steak, potatoes, and milk?" The guest nodded. "Yes, please." The manager sighed. "Fine." That evening, the manager decided to check on him. He knocked on the door. No answer. He knocked again. Still nothing. He opened the door carefully. The guest was sitting on the bed, perfectly calm. The manager looked around. Everything was clean. He smiled. "I'm glad everything is okay now." The guest nodded. "Me too." The manager asked, "So what happened last night?" The guest looked embarrassed. "I think I finally figured it out." "Figured out what?" "Why my room keeps getting destroyed." The manager leaned closer. "What is it?" The guest whispered, "My food." The manager looked confused. "Your food?" The guest nodded. "Every night after I eat, I become extremely violent." The manager stepped back. "Violent?" "Yes." "What do you do?" The guest sighed. "I don't remember." The manager stared at him. "Then how do you know?" The guest smiled. "Because every morning I wake up with a receipt from the hotel restaurant in my pocket." The manager laughed. "So you think the food is making you crazy?" The guest shook his head. "No." "Then what is it?" The guest pointed at the room. "I think it's the milk." The manager raised an eyebrow. "Why?" The guest smiled. "Because every time I drink it, I become a terrible mood."